rise and shine another day, another life. Through the good and bad, we rise and shine for a lifetime. And with that being said, I was talking about being in the red a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling folks that you don't want to get in the red, you know. But if you are willing to, go into the red zone, know the consequences and be ready for those consequences. Because the feelings and emotions is one thing while you in the red, but it changes once the event is over with. Once somebody didn't pissed you off and you didn't did what you did, it's going to result to a couple of things. And we just going to name 2 or 3. Locked up, dead, or injured, or on the run. Neither one is good. However, some people are willing to take that chance. And they are fearless, I would say, in some cases. Some are not. But the ones that are fearless not only hurt their loved ones when they catch a case, but they hurt themselves as well. And that's just the outside, the family, friends, your job, your co-workers, whether you injured, dead, or in jail. Now, if you go to jail, you add on a whole nother level of stress and anxiety, whether you know it or not. And some people, they do be under the influence of alcohol, pills, or drugs sometimes when they go into violence. And they don't remember a lot at the time, but when they wake up after the alcohol wear off or whatever, or even sober, you realize, like, damn, I'm locked up. You really locked up. You're not coming home. Or if you do come home, it might be 5, 10, 15 years or whatever. Again, your family, whatever, they missing you now. When you get in the back of that police car, it's a level of energy that takes place. And if you've never been in the back of a police car, you don't know the experience until you get in there. And as the rage or the anger starts to settle and you in the back of that squad car, now you're going to experience this sick feeling. You're going to start getting depressed in the back of the car. You ain't even made it to the precinct yet. Now, as you drive and you're hearing the radio, the walkie-talkies, you cuffed up, the depression gets deeper, Then you start hearing the keys of the sheriffs or the police. So you hear the keys, when they getting out the car, and it's just all these mental elements, these senses start getting crossed. Your feelings start changing. And then you realize when he opened his door to let you out, you really getting out to go to another form of being locked up. So you was locked up in a police car with a rush of depression. Subconsciously or unconsciously, you getting hit with it. Then you can't just get on the phone like you really want to and make some calls. You gotta wait. So now it's more depression. And you still hear more keys. Now you hear more keys because now you're in the precinct. They deputies and shit, they coming in with lunch, and you looking at the lights and stuff. It just depression get worse. If you are fearful, you may not survive. You may not survive the county jail. So now you're getting processed. You may get a visit in the county jail. The food, terrible, horrible. But you end up, fighting it for a day or two. If you get a bond, you thinking you're going to get out and you're going to eat. But you get this bond that nobody can pay. Or they won't pay it. And now you're going to the county jail. The food, like I said, is terrible, but it becomes likable. Now you're eating this food, the depression kicks in even more. You're fighting, trying to get out, and you're not going nowhere. So then you don't know how to be yourself. Now you got to deal with inmates or other prisoners in there that's waiting to go to court. So there's more depression that comes in. Now they asking you questions. You depressed, you don't want to talk. You talk too much, you can get yourself in a lot of more stress and depression. You don't talk enough, the more people might ask questions, or they might just leave you alone, but you're uncomfortable. And they know you knew. So you got to deal with that experience. That can be good or bad, depending on who you are. You go to court, it's another level of depression. Because now you're going to court shackled up. Then your people is in the courtroom with you. And they looking at you, waving, and you can't go over there and hug them. You just looking at them. They looking at you. They crying because they see you in the orange or green suit. You're like, damn, depending on where you live, you might be in a red suit. I don't know, whatever county it is. But you're depressed at this point. You sick. Now, things start flashing. Memories, school, what you was doing on the block, your coworkers. If you was hooping, you thinking about all the little things you was doing when you was free. It's like your life flashed in front of you. That happens a lot of times in a squad car. Your life flash, depending on what you done did. You might think you might have the imagination that that you want to be a fly on the wall, or you want to be a bird where you can just be free and fly and be looking at water and going from tree branch to tree branch. You wish you wasn't a human when you get locked up sometimes, because it's a shock to the body. And now, when you're in the county jail, them visits are not physical. You looking through that little bitty screen. This is all because somebody cut you off on the road. You got into the road rage, or you know what I'm saying? You was drinking and you had the S on your chest, or you was just doing too much. And you didn't know how to move. You didn't think before you act. And now you suffer these consequences. Or you might get shot in the back through an altercation that could have been avoided. Now you paralyzed, depressed, or dead. But you don't know you dead. But your family know you dead. Because your memory, your brain is dead. You don't know nothing. And you don't remember nothing when you're born. So if you reincarnated, You don't know. You just hear. Your memory is wiped clean. But yeah, you are on a level of depression like something you never experienced before. You can know people that's been locked up, but it's not like you've been in there. You don't know. And if you in there for something violent, you going in there with violent people. Max, level 6, level 5, level 4. They not in there at the fucking boys club, or it's not the YMCA. Think before you act. Peace.